Flight pack 25.5 volts.
So I've got it on a 6-minute timer. We got left, right, back, forward, cichlids check, tails check. Looks like it's good to go. Let's turn our hold off.
Normal mode.
And let's see how she does. Definitely better than it was. Afraid when I go to stunt though, it's not bad.
Normal mode.
Little tiny bit of a tail wag there. So smooth, this helicopter. Let's put her through a tail whip. See how she responds to that.
Flight pack 23.9 volts.
Oh, I've got telemetry. Alright, so there's a 360 loop there on the 360. Let's do one not in the sun. Let's do one not in the sun. Alright.
Flight pack 23.3 volts.
Got the sun down here, so I'm not going to spend much time down there. All right. I don't like the way that tail's behaving. It's almost behaving like it's got a loose tail belt. We're gonna bring it in and do a little mini auto rotation here.
Hold mode.
Eesh. That was not that good. Good to go though. No damage to the tips. Came down a little faster than expected.
Flight pack 20. Flight pack 23.7 volts. Stunt 1, stunt 2.
There it is in stunt 2. Flip it over. Whew! Definitely a big difference in reaction than a 180. Alright, so there it is, Blade Fusion 360. I've got some adjustments to make. I just replaced all the servos that were in it, and I think I had trim set up in the remote when I set up the servos. So I've got to go back and make a couple adjustments. I've got way too much trim in it now. So I got to go back and get those straight, and I'm missing my canopy mount plugs, so the canopy's not quite on right, and I got to get a couple things fixed up, but it's pretty much squared away. It's flying really good. I crashed it really hard, stripped 2 of the servos,
3.5 volts.
Stripped 2 of the servos, but I've got it rebuilt now. It's pretty much back up and running the way I want it to. I just got to make a couple adjustments to it, and it should be good to go. Alright, so did 3 flights on the Fusion 360 today. Unfortunately, I've got some leftover stuff going on with this helicopter. I crashed it really hard not too long ago, and I stripped 2 of the servos, broke the landing skid. I was actually pretty impressed with the helicopter that more stuff didn't break. It really handled the crash pretty well. I had to replace some of these servo connector arms, but other than that, I mean, the head wasn't really damaged at all. And I got out there today and flew it. The main thing I was kind of messed up with was I think there was trim in the profile before, and for one reason or another I had to rebind it, and I rebound it with a bunch of trim already in there. And so I set these servos up on a profile that already had a bunch of trim. So it just went a little, it was a little goofy. So I was basically flying with like 100% trim and then just adding a little more. So this thing was like, the controls were messed up. I really should have probably untrimmed it and rebound it and But I had another helicopter to fly, and I had some other things to do today, so I just flew it as it was. Did some pretty, you know, it's great on the tail whips. I love how fast this helicopter is, and you know, for its size, how stable it is. It really cuts through the air. I think that helps a lot, this bigger tail tube. It really cuts through the air and screams, and I can't wait to get a camera on it. It's just at that size where it's a little bit difficult. So I haven't flown it with a camera yet, but I will make it happen at some point, and preferably something with GPS, because I think this guy is probably hitting 60, 65, 70 miles, probably 60, 65 without even really trying. And I bet that I've hit 80 with this thing. I mean, it is a fast, capable helicopter. Did a little inverted hovering stuff. Again, I had trim things going on, so I didn't want to do it too much, but I felt like it. I mean, considering that I just had this major repair work by somebody who's not really a seasoned mechanic on these things, I thought it flew great. I've got some things to get sorted out, and I think once I get a couple of these little things sorted out, I'll really be able to hang it up again and hover it upside down a little better. But the flying went good. These poor batteries that sit charged for like a month. This helicopter, up to this helicopter, I'm pretty bad to these batteries. These batteries I'll charge, and they'll be in this case for like up to 2 to 3 or 4 weeks. So don't follow my lead on that, but I'm just telling you that I've done it. None of these batteries are, none of them are ballooned. I mean, they're, and they work great. I don't have any issues with this helicopter. It gets great flight time, so I was happy with it. I didn't charge the batteries at the field, so I don't have the milliamp data, but I didn't get any battery alarms on it. I mean, it flew great. So other than the trim issues, another great session with the 360. Three good flights, and then a bunch of trim work that I had to do just because of my own stuff. So Blade Fusion 360, great little helicopter. All right, so I'm here with my Blade Fusion 360, and I'm gonna take it out and do some flying. I think I picked up this case at Walmart. I think I actually ordered this on Walmart.com. So I've got my 3 batteries. I've already checked these out. These are at 100%. I've reviewed my radio settings. So every time I switch a model, I just make sure I reviewed it, and
Normal mode, hold mode.
got it in hold mode, and 70% on the throttle for normal mode, and 70% for stunt 1, and 80% for stunt 2. So somewhat conservative rates. You could certainly bump stunt 2 up higher, but I'm not like a big 3D flyer. Definitely don't come anything close to stick banging or anything like that. So 80% for stunt 2 is plenty for me. On hold mode, let's power it up. Should be good to go.
Flight pack, no data.
Looks good. So we'll just check our cyclic when I get it set on the ground out there. Fortunately, some of these canopy rubber grommets have not made it, so I think I got one left, but I did not have any of these size at the house, so pray for me. While I've got it in hold mode, it's just a little bit off. I'm gonna have to play with this thing at home, and its head is off just a little tiny bit, but I'm gonna go with it for now. I think it's good enough for